Alright, good day. I want to make a tutorial on how to use the eval to do something that is I think is the only way possible, and trust me, I've tried it. I think it's the only way possible. Eval is not evil, right? For the first time, I mean, you just have to make sure you be careful with it, right? But it's not evil. So I want to show you how to use the eval in a way that you love it. So here we go. Now this is the project I built with it. This is what we're gonna. It's a cookie. You know that the JavaScript cookie allows you to set cookie very easily using the document.cookie, but it doesn't allow you to check whatever cookie by the cookie name. You just type in cookie name. Like supposing you have a cookie. I have a lot of cookies here. I will go over here. I don't want to make this tutorial long, but I guess I will have to show you. There are a lot of cookies here. You can see my local host. You don't have to have a local host anyway. I have a cookie called love, and I have a cookie called LVOU. You know that we can just we can say document.cookie, and we'll get all the cookies that are in the on the server. But we can say, oh, I want just the lab, the value of the cookie that's in the lab. There's no way out. I mean, I'm showing it to myself. What if I want it in a code, right? I want in the code. So here's how we use eval, and eval is not evil. So how did I use eval? You can see the eval right here. You can see right here. This is why I use the eval. I'm using the eval to create an object whereby now here is the point. You can say, that's why I use eval for. You can say var. I will do this, go back to my normal form. I think I'm so around 12. Let's do guide. Oh, 12 is so small. 16, 18. Alright, so let's go back to how it works. In JavaScript, you can actually do this. var, maybe your name, username, and then set it to your name, something, right? You can say var user and set it to Maxwell or something. But what if you want the Maxwell to be like var Maxwell? I'm not saying var Maxwell. Maybe you have something. There's probably something that you want. And for the cookie, you want this, the name of the value, to be equal to, like, you want to be able to say var love, right, is equal to the value in the cookie, right? You won't be doing var love, but you want that whenever you type something love, like with this var user is equal to Max, I can just type user, like document or inner text is equal to user, right? And it will be there. What if I want to be able to do inner text is equal to the name of this cookie? Like, the name of this cookie is PHP session ID, right? PHP session ID. Now, how will I be able to get this session ID as a variable like this? var to do var PHP session ID. Like, I'll be able to say PHP session ID, right? I want to be able to do this, but I'm not getting this out of my head. What if I want to do the var lab, because I have a variable called lab or a variable called LVOE, right? How do I do it? Variable called LVOE. How do I even know, and then get the value of it as something? How do I even know that that's a value name? And in JavaScript or in other programming languages, my brother and sisters, there's no way out unless with this guy, the eval. And what's the eval? It evaluates a function. So we're going to use the eval to create just the function I've created, but not in my file, not in this one. We're going to create a new file. Already the tutorial is long, but just so I can explain, so I'm going to make a eval. Sorry for using my project folder. I really love this project eval. So I'm using PHP Storm, which I stole. I have the crack right here. Sorry, I apologize for that sound. I have the crack right here. You can see I'm cracking it. I have a boy coming here right now. and so it's a hack version because I couldn't get it for free. I couldn't pay for it. I'm in Africa. In Africa, even getting a credit card to buy something is even a problem. The banks don't penetrate that much. So here we have a function. Because I'm creating a function, you don't have to worry. I'll explain everything. Try to be short. Function get cookie. Now the W3C has a way of getting a cookie which I don't really like, and I'm not even gonna go there. I didn't even watch it. There's no what's wrong with it that I didn't spell it. Get cookie, they have a problem with the spelling. I will change it right now. Mine called my cookie. So whenever I type, you can see whenever I type, now no matter any cookie that I have, whenever I type cookie and I put in the name of it, I'm making it a function. You can make it an object, which is what we're going to use. Whenever I load this guy and you can see we have it's giving me the name of the cookie lab. If I change to PHP SSID, PHP session ID, I'll get this session ID right now, which is good. You can see the PHP session ID is in there. But how did I get the PHP session ID to work so well with it at its name? I can even use it as an object name. Alright, don't worry. Let's go on. Alright, so here we have now we have the cookies. It's, you know how to get JavaScript cookies, it's always inside the now we can do a var cookie. I just want to show this with the username, how to create a variable name. We can create a variable name with something as a document dot cookie, right? But what if I want something in the variable, like I showed you earlier on? Var name is equal to the object name is what? Maybe orange, right? I didn't, and I want the machine to be able to do var orange. Yeah, it's equal to something, maybe blue. I mean I don't know, maybe it's equal to 2, right? So that you understand. How do I get this machine to say put the value of this name as the new var name, right? I don't know if it makes sense, right? The value of this name as the new var name. I don't know how you get. So here we go, eval. Now normally I'll do this. That's how we use the eval. We evaluate a JavaScript function. Normally you do var and then orange, and then let's go to the value. Right now you don't have to do that anymore. What you have to is to use the eval, and before I get the eval, I need to get whatever value I'll put in there also as another variable. So here we have the value of orange. So value of orange. Okay, let me say value. Well, and then the value is 2. Now I want a new variable that says var orange, so I can just type in what's the value of orange, and you say, oh, the value of orange is equal to 2. But now I don't know this. I don't know what the user will put here, and I mean, I don't like the idea. I'm confusing you, but in the sense of the variable, in the sense of the variable, you never know. In the sense of the cookie, there was a cookie in it. I did say in it, right? Yeah, there was a cookie in it with a name that I didn't know, and as a computer programmer, I wouldn't know. I mean, I'm creating something that people can use, and I don't know what variable names people will be setting. Even if I knew variable names that people will be setting, I would still want them to be able to type in the variable name. This is my cookie, and this is the variable name of the cookie. That's how the whole thing is. But it became a function because the function was returning it. You can see the function is just returning the string the user put in here. So I could also type in here the cookie name as a PHP session ID, right? And it will work. But I'm returning, that's why it was a function, because this is a JavaScript object, unless of course the person copies my whole code. I didn't want that. I wanted the person to just be able to copy the function and put it in its project and it will work. You just call the function with the name and it will return it, so that it will return the value of the cookie, so that it will be like a lambda function. So the person can say the cookie name. You can make his own variable by saying variable cookie name is equal to, then he'll call the function like this, and you put in the cookie name as a PHP as ID, right? Yeah, that's what I wanted. That's why I made it a function. But the whole thing, I created an object with it. So let's go back to making it just a normal variable, because I don't want this tutorial to be long, already so long. So here we go again. Now we have the value, what I want to use as name, what I want to use as value. Don't get confused. Here we go. So normally I'll just do var, oh, I have my caps on. Normally I'll just do var orange, then I'll say equal to 2, equal to whatever. And now because of the eval, I'll just do eval is equal to whatever variable name, and the variable name is what is in the name. So the eval will evaluate what's in the name plus whatever I will do. I'll put there in real life. I will put this guy in real life, right? So I'm putting this guy there in real life, and this guy is an equal sign, and then the plus, then the value is here. Then I'll put the value here, which is value. And then in real life, what else would I do? But the value is, if I place it here, you can see when I place this guy here, the orange will act as a variable, because that's how you declare variable. You declare variables as orange, right? And this is a string. Orange is a string. So I need to tell it that this guy right here, the value, it's not another variable. But thank God what's in here is a number, so I can just place it here. What if what's here is not in a number, it was a string? I will have to put the entire string around it by making this, and I have to say adding a string like you would in real life. You can see how I'm concatenating. I hope I got it right. I believe I did the whole thing, and now it's all done. You can see the eval will evaluate everything and make this a variable, the value of this a variable, and it will set this guy, the value of this value, as the new, and I'll just end it. And if I evaluate it, you can see now we have orange as a new variable with this value as love. But I want to test it to see if it worked, and if it worked, I mean, I don't know if you understand it. So now if the eval works well, I'm hoping that the eval evaluated everything, and I placed the value of the name as the new variable, so it should give me something like orange is equal to love, right? Whenever I mean, you can declare variables without using a var keyword. I don't want to go about writing over a keyword, and I didn't even test it that way, but it's gonna work. I didn't even test it that way, but I'm sure. So now when I say var orange, I let orange, after the eval has evaluated it, the value of orange is going to work. Now this is for testing purposes, right? Yeah, so that we can test it. And here we go. If it worked, then it worked. You can see it's saying unresolved variable because I'm using PHP Storm. PHP Storm is that smart. IntelliJ, they are the IntelliJ guys. So I'll just go on to where my file is located. My file is located on my project. Yours may be located on your desktop. You just have to run it. If it's located on your desktop, I don't know how you're gonna run it, but you just come to, you find I don't know where I'm gonna get to show you. Or you just say, oh, open with Firefox, right? You right click and you go open with Firefox. If it's going to open Firefox, then you're lucky. I have mine on a server localhost, so I'm just gonna go right on ahead, and it's located right there where I'm typing. So don't type the same thing. The two of us are not the same. I mean, in some way. Okay, I have a problem, right? Let me go to my console. Console says I don't have any problem. But why is my alert not alerting? So probably the eval didn't work. It worked. I've worked every time. Oh, I have to call the function. So I made it a function. I have to call it an unload. I could have decided not to make it a function, but I already made it a function, so I'm calling it, and here we go. Alright, so I hope this time will work. Boom, there's it. That's the value. Now you can see the value is love. So I mean, we now have a new variable called orange due to the eval. Now if I want to create an object, now this is how I want to create an object. The whole cookie thing was that I will show you in the next video, right? This is quite long. Bye bye, thank you.